Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are on another drive using FSD 13 and we're also going to be talking about the exciting Tesla news. Tesla recently just released a video of their cars autonomously driving themselves from the factory to the loading dock. Welcome, stick around. I hope you enjoy the FSD ride and all the latest, greatest Tesla news. Today we're on another journey with FSD 13. We're going to be running an errand this morning, and this is a bit of a different video because the weather outside, it's been raining overnight and foggy outside. It's going to be great to see how FSD navigates the weather this morning. As you can see back there, the light was turning yellow and FSD decided to go ahead and make that left. There's a bit of a different route today that we are taking the back roads. This road in particular, as you can tell right here, it's pretty close to the edge there. Definitely would not want to tip over. It would be pretty bad. But yeah, we're navigating at low speeds right now, and yeah, we'll see how everything goes. Don't know if anyone's seen the latest news from Tesla, but they recently released a video around their cars self-driving themselves from their factories onto the loading docks before the cars get shipped out. And it's quite interesting. Tesla, if any of you heard the Q4 earnings, Elon Musk is no longer really focused on how many units of cars that they're selling. The whole shift and where they're going to be making most of their money is going to be in AI, whether that's in their autonomous robots, FSD. That's really where, the next $1 trillion market, especially when it comes to Optimus, their robots. That's a new market that Elon is creating, and AI is really what they're focused on. It was actually quite interesting because in Q4 earning call, he pretty much said that car manufacturing companies that aren't heavily investing in AI and full self-driving are pretty much dead. And I tend to agree with that statement. The live stream event that happened last year, he mentioned that Robotaxi was going to be out in the streets in like 2026, right? But that timeline has definitely sped up now. They are targeting now 2025, this year, where we will probably start seeing the first robotaxis. I believe it's in Texas. Forget the exact city in Texas. Obviously, as you know, Tesla has a factory out there. It's quite interesting that we're going to start seeing it much sooner than he originally announced. It's pretty exciting times coming up ahead, especially this year. And I really can't wait to see, that vehicle out there. And then the other interesting thing that I've been kind of, wondering is for those that, most of you probably know that there's a new Model Y out. Tesla went with a completely different front end design for the 2026 Model Y. That's what they're calling it, to be able to differentiate between the 2025 model, which is the legacy old broken model now, coming up to making a left on here. Let's see how FSD handles this, because it's making a left and that's a turning lane. Oh wow, it actually did it correctly this time, and I haven't received any updates. I wonder why that was different this time around. But before, it got into that left turning lane, and then you saw that there's a street to turn left there, but then there was a left-hand turn come the opposite way to go into the community to the right-hand side. And before, it would just keep going straight, even over the other turning lane that was going the opposite way. Oh, there's a dead deer there. Shoot. You see a lot of those things here in Georgia. Poor animals. But it actually navigated that better. I definitely noticed that, like, hey, that's another lane to turn the opposite way. Let me go slightly around it. And then it made the left just fine. So, yeah, back to the new, 2026 Model Y. It is very interesting that they went with the light bar in the front. And, it's on one hand, it's great that they are differentiating the models now, because for the longest time, the pre-refresh than the Model 3, you couldn't really tell them apart, whether even when it came to the higher trim levels, like the performance models. As you all know, the performance Model 3 now you can tell them apart. It has bucket seats inside. It has obviously a carbon fiber spoiler in the back. The rear diffusers are slightly different, and the front bottom lip is slightly different as well. And obviously the wheels are different. So you can definitely tell now the different trim levels apart, which is great. AI autonomous event where he introduced the robot taxi, and then he was showing off all of his Optimus robots. He said that the Model Y and the Model 3, people would also be able to use them as robotaxi, meaning that out of all the cars in their lineup, aside from the robotaxi, that the Model Y and the Model 3 would be the cars that would first be able to do autonomous driving. And seeing the light bar just brought me back to that moment when Elon said that, because it makes sense that they would specifically go with that type of model if in the near future, the Model Y would be one of the first vehicles that they would drive autonomously. Obviously, I'm talking to all of you right now. I have my eyes on the road. I have active monitoring on right here. I'm not putting my hands on my steering wheel, right? And I can't, obviously I can't go and try to, well, not the browser, but I can't watch a movie or anything like that, YouTube or Netflix. And now it's starting to nag me. But by autonomous driving, I mean, unsupervised, right? This is a supervised version of full self-driving. And when I'm able to just sit back, relax, and watch Netflix, watch YouTube, or even get some work done, that's what I'm talking about when I say autonomous driving. Once we're able to get to that point. And I think that point is coming up soon. I think within the next 2 to 3 years, the normal. That's going to be the new reality that we're going to find ourselves in. We are going to be making a U-turn up here very soon. So we'll see how FSD handles that, because as you can tell, it's a major road. Oh, there's a Cybertruck up there. Man, those Cybertrucks in person, it's like a scene from a sci-fi film. It's just obviously nothing else out on the road like a Cybertruck. All right, so we are coming up here, U-turn. So there is a bit of cars coming our way. I'm sure FSD has a chance right now, no problem. And then we're just gonna go right here too. Thanks everyone for watching.